Today on Heavy Metal Frequency, this is a two-part review. Another one, this is Swallow the Sun Moonflowers. They're one of my favorite bands. They're a Finnish melodic doom death band, and it's infinitely more complex than that. I got a mix CD when I bought an issue of Pit Magazine, and Swallow the Sun's Deadly Nightshade was on it. I've seen them twice. I saw them open for Overkill, and then I saw them on Bodum's final tour ever before Alexi died. And so I really want to see them again. They're a melodic doom death band with other stuff as well. To correctly identify their genre, I would say there's a lot of progressive metal elements. They actually got lighter on their album before this, and they're a lot harder and darker in ways on this, partly because of the death of their lead guitarist's wife, Aliyah. I may be mispronouncing that, Starbridge. And it's an excellent album. This is all kinds of different genres. They're basically melodic doom death. They're an actual melodic doom death band. And they use elements of other things because melodies are infinitely dynamic, as I like to say. There are elements of progressive metal on this, classical as well. There's a lot of orchestration. Traditional classical factors in very heavily here. This is when they started incorporating more guitar solos on their first three albums. The Morning Never Came, Ghosts of Loss, and Hope. They didn't use as many guitar solos. They only had two that I know of. A couple of guitar fills and stuff, but officially there were two solos on The Morning Never Came, and one of them was the solo for their cover of Candlemass's Solitude. And so on New Moon, they started incorporating more guitar solos again, and it fits really, really well. All the guitar solos fit really, really well. For this album, the first track, Moonflowers Bloom in Misery, it's kind of like a harder funeral doom track. A lot of their sound is, let me back up a little bit, a lot of their sound is can be seen as a combination of melodic doom death metal, funeral doom metal, and progressive metal, and there's other stuff like classical and black metal. They've gone so far as This House Has No Home. The final track has a lot of traditional classical and black metal in it, to the point that it has blast beats and stuff like that, and legitimate, like, Norwegian-esque black metal guitar playing. And so there's a lot of awesome stuff on here. Keep Your Heart Safe From Me is really catchy. It's a very low-end heavy technical song. And this is a very dark album. This is probably the darkest, most cynical album I've ever heard. And I mean cynical as in there has to be an element of catharsis here with the passing of, maybe mispronouncing this, Aliyah Starbridge. But this is a really excellent album. Also, the painting here is the red, that's human blood, the more you know. So some other stuff about this album. Let me unbox the case a little bit here. This is the special edition version, which I highly recommend because it has the entire album as a classical rendition of the album, which is going to be the part 2 of this video. But some other stuff really quickly. The Void track 6 has like a Twin Peaks feel to it. The reason that's important is because Twin Peaks factors heavily into David Lynch's Twin Peaks, factors heavily into Swallow the Sun, and they have songs named after Twin Peaks characters like the Giant off of Ghosts of Loss, and some of the elements on certain tracks like The Void remind me a lot of some of the ambient background, incidental, whatever you want to say, music from Twin Peaks, which is really, really cool. And so, but it factors in with Swallow the Sun so much that when I saw them the first time, their vocalist had on a Killer Bob shirt. You can look it up at some point. So There's a lot of different stuff on here. It's a fantastic album, and has some kind of, it can be depressing, but that's fine. Depressing things are great. But there's, as far as other things on here, all of the songs are excellent. Moonflowers Bloom in Misery. Enemy is one of my favorite songs on here. I'd also say Keep Your Heart Safe from Me and This House Has No Home are all excellent. So please pick up a copy. Please pick up the 2-disc version, and you will not regret it. It's fantastic. And thank you. And next is a part 2.